Alarm management systems were originally intended for a very small group of high-risk patients, primarily those in ICU settings. Because alarms were successful at averting complications in high-risk groups, this model was expanded to low-risk populations as well. Alarms are now integrated in almost every piece of hospital equipment, and it is status quo to hear beeps, chirps, bells, and buzzing throughout every hospital floor. On a typical telemetry floor, 942 alarms go off each day. That equals one alarm every 90 seconds. Not surprisingly, 90% of alarms go unanswered or silenced. Frequent alarming can lead to lower patient satisfaction scores, which is costing hospitals a lot of money. Medical alarms have been called a frequent and persistent patient safety problem by the Joint Commission. Speaking of patient satisfaction scores, let's take a look at St. Luke's most recent reports that are relevant to alarm management. This data is taken from Medicare.gov, and over 3,000 surveys were completed. Patients reported how often they were helped quickly when they used their call light or needed help getting to the bathroom. 63% reported receiving help as soon as they wanted. The national average is 70%. Patients reported how often the area around their room was quiet at night. 65% reported their room was always quiet at night. The national average is 62. We also surveyed the nurses on 6600. 30% of you reported responding to alarms in a timely manner. 80% of you attribute much of the noise on your floor to alarms. There was a frequent mentioning of using too many bed alarms on your floor. Bed alarms are just one example of the expanding of alarm management systems. Bed alarms are intended to increase patient safety by preventing falls. But do bed alarms actually reduce falls? You might be surprised to find out that current research is saying no. A randomized trial investigated whether increased bed alarm use decreased patient falls over the course of 18 months. Over 27,000 patients were included in this study. Eight units were randomly assigned to the intervention group, where bed alarms were encouraged and frequently used. Here, 736 patients were on bed alarms. The remaining 8 floors served as the control group, where bed alarms were seldomly used. Only 36 patients were on bed alarms. The floors that used more bed alarms averaged 5.63 falls per 1,000 patient days, whereas the floors who rarely used bed alarms averaged 4.56 alarms per 1,000 patient days. There were no significant differences in Morse Fall assessment scores or staffing rates between the groups. False alarms are a major contributor to alarm fatigue and are very common with bed alarms. The study noted that alarm fatigue is a possible reason why increased use of bed alarms did not reduce falls in this study. This video was created by a group of nursing students from St. Louis University as part of our capstone project. By sharing this information, we hope to increase nurses' awareness of alarm fatigue and how the expanding of alarm management systems doesn't always increase patient safety. Thanks for watching.